Good morning students. Myself Shilpa Sharma, and in the series of switching theory and logic design, I will discuss Quine-Laklawski method. In the previous lectures, we were talk about the K-map method, which is used to minimize the Boolean functions, Boolean expression. But that was limited to only 4 variables and maximum of 5 variables. For more than 4 variables or for 4 variables itself, if we wanted to minimize, then Quine-Laklawski method is the efficient way. Rather, it's a long process, but it will minimize any number of literals. So, using Quine-Laklawski method, we can minimize using a table. So, this is also known as tabular method. In Quine-Laklawski method, 2 steps are followed. First step is to identify prime implicants. For this, we need to make implicant table. And second step is to identify minimal PI set. PI means prime implicant. For this, we need to make a cover table. All these process, this work is done in tabular form. So, in this method, number of variables is not a limitation. Second, it is a basis for many computer implementation. In this, like we were handling the don't care condition, in this case, don't care cases can be easily handled. It is proper organized and term identification. These are the key factors for correct result. As an example, I am taking an example with 4 variables A, B, C, D. This example shows sum of products means soap. Here small m is showing min terms. That means we are using a soap function. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 and 13 means total how many terms are there? Here 6 terms are used. So these 6 terms will be tabulated to solve. First, we will write in an organized way means 4, then 5, then 6, then 8, 10, 13. Now, we will segregate these 6 terms according to their binary equivalent. 4 is represented by 0, 1, 0, 0, whereas 5 is represented by 0, 1, 0, 1. See, in both terms, what is the difference? The difference is of number of ones. In 4, how many ones are there? 1. Whereas, to represent a 5, we write 0, 1, 0, 1, that means 2 ones are there. So, they are falling in 2 groups. We will segregate these terms according to number of ones. Means, first we will write 0 number of ones, then we will represent the terms who are having 1 single number of ones, then 2 number of ones, then 3 and so on. So, accordingly, we will make a table. So, here you can see that among these 6 terms, 4 and 8 are falling in a same group. That means number of ones are 1, single. Whereas 5, 6 and 10 are falling in second group, in which number of ones are 2. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, again 2 ones. and 10 is represented by equivalent is 1010. So 2 ones are here. Now the remaining term 3, the equivalent of 13, sorry, this is not 3, this is 13 actually. So 13, the equivalent of 13 is 1101. Here you can check how many number of ones are. Number of ones are 3. So it will fall in another group. So accordingly we have made 3 groups. Now these 3 groups can be represented by their equivalent literals, their equivalent Boolean functions. 4 will be written as A bar B, C bar D bar. Similarly 6 can be represented by A bar B C D bar. Now this second step, actually this is first step, this is the basic step, this was to segregate according to number of ones. Now we will follow 2 steps, first to make implication table, second to make cover table. First step is to make a implication table. In this method we will first write, here I took another example 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 13. According to number of ones they are segregated. So first 0 came here, which is don't care condition. Second step means for number of ones, single number of ones, 4 and 8 comes, and so on. So first we will make implication table. In this implication table, we go from first term. We check in which term is there a change in number of ones. Means if we proceed from first group to second group, then 0 number of ones and 1 number of ones, only single one will get changed. So we need to mark this change in 1. As you can check in the second column, in second column I have written 0-00. That means third position I have marked dash. Check in first column. First column is what? 0000. First term is 0000 and second term is what? 0101, 0100. So third position is changing from 0 to 1. That's why we marked a dash on third position. Now again, if I compare this 0 first term with second group, then a position on fourth number, a dash is marked there. In a similar way, we will put a dash at every place. Now, if each and every column is comparable with another term, then we will mark a tick. See, here 0 is comparable with 4. That's why we have ticked 0. Now 0 is again comparable with 8. So again a tick is marked with 4 and 8. Now 4 will be compared with 5, 6, 9 and 10. But if we check the comparison, 4 is only comparable with 5 and 6. So we have written 4, 5, 4, 6. Then 8 is comparable with 9 and 10. So we have written them. So this is the way we can make a implication table. This is the first pass. Now for second pass, we will again compare these terms. Means column 2 will again get compared, means first group will be compared with second group. Now In place of single dash, we will represent single dash and star. Star is used to represent another column. So it will give a column 3, which is like a comparison of 4, 5, 6, 7, which will be having 4 literals. In column 2, only 2 literals were there. So step 2 is what? Just to apply adjacent compare element of groups with n ones against those with n plus 1 ones. So when used in a combination, mark with a check. If cannot be combined, mark with a star. So these are the prime implicants. Repeat these steps until nothing left. So this is the way we can follow first step of making implication table. Now second step need to be followed, which is to make a cover table, a coverage table. So we will first write horizontally all the prime implicant, all the implicants. That means total 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 13 implicants were there. Now on the left, means on vertical side, we will write or the uncovered, means those terms which were uncovered. See, check in a table. Here a star 0, 4, 0, 8, 8, 9, 8, 10. See, 0, 4, 0, 8, 8, 9, 8, 10 were marked. Now here we need to remember that we don't care conditions in coverage table. They don't have covered by the final logic expression. Here cross were marked for 0, 8, for 0, 4. Means for 2 literals we will mark single cross. For 4 literals we will mark corresponding literals. So 4, 5, 6, 7 were don't care. That's why we have not represented here. So in this way we can show this coverage table. Here rows are prime implicant, columns are onset elements. We have write X if onset element is covered by prime implicant. Now using this coverage table, we will finalize that which element we need to eliminate and to find minimum set of rows that cover the remaining column. Now you can check that 8, 10 and 4, 5, 6, 7. These are prime implicants that are covering approximate all the prime implicants. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 prime implicants is covered. Using 8 and 10, again 2 more numbers are covered. Now how many are remaining? 9 and 13. So to represent 9 and 13, we again need to cover 9 and 13 column. So using 9 and 13, we can represent third remaining numbers. So total 3 terms are used to represent any number. These terms are, see, 9 and 13 corresponds to A, B bar, D bar. 4, 5, 6, 7 corresponds to A bar, B. And 8 and 10 corresponds to A, C bar, D. So this is the way we can represent, we can minimize any Boolean expression using Quine-Nuckolsky method. In this, we just need to compare all the prime implicants with the next group of prime implicants. Second, we just need to remember that we need to mark star those who are not comparable, because the terms which are not comparable needs to be right in the cover table. So this is the way we can minimize any Boolean expression. Thank you.